Mr. President, your federalization of the police has a 30-day limit unless Congress acts to extend it. Are you talking to Congress about extending it, or do you believe 30 days is sufficient?
Well, if it's a national emergency, we can do it without Congress, but we expect to be to Congress before Congress very quickly. And again, we think the Democrats will not do anything to stop crime, but we think the Republicans will do it almost unanimously. So we're going to need a crime bill that we're going to be putting in, and it's going to pertain initially to D.C. We're going to use it as a very positive example, and we're going to be asking for extensions on that, long-term extensions, because you can't have 30 days. 30 days that's by the time you do it. We're going to have this in good shape, and don't forget, in the border, everyone said it would take years and you'd have to go back to Congress. I never went to Congress for anything. I just said, close the border. And they closed the border. And that was the end of it. I didn't go back to Congress. We're going to do this very quickly, but we're going to want extensions. I don't want to call national emergency. If I have to, I will. But I think the Republicans in Congress will approve this pretty much unanimously.
Shalom, Israel. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Kodash, the one unto the apostles and elders of great millstone who rule well. Salutation, peace, and blessings to the elect, pushing the word across the four corners of earth. Risking your life to do so. I'm the brother Shaman of the Chicago branch of Great Millstone. And as we can see, the things that we've been talking about for years are being presented right now. And these are beautiful times. You know, it's beautiful. And as we get closer to the end, you know, things get a little shaky or whatever, but hey, that's all a part of enduring and getting to the end. All right? And just know that the Lord got us. But as you can see, and there's two things he said which were interesting. He said, hey, I really don't need Congress. Trump plans to go around Congress. All right, Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. And what I found in an article very interesting, it said after Mr. Trump's claims that the city was overrun by bloodthirsty criminals and roving mobs of wild youth. Right? Bloodthirsty. You guys are the bloodthirsty criminal. Now, of course, Jake is tearing shit up. But that's not why you did that. Because when you read, it says President Trump said he was temporarily taking control of the D.C. Police Department and deploying 800 National Guard troops, which is a form of like martial law. And like you said, this is going to be an example. He might say, hey, let's go ahead and do this here, here, and here, which I believe he was going to do. I was just talking to a brother about that. Are they going to try to lock down Chicago? You know, all these different places that are going broke. I think they're talking about who's going to go broke first, Chicago or L.A. Heavy debt. You know, and then you have some when you look at up the topic, you have some people conjecturing that this is all an advancement of the tariffs that are going to hit the actual financial effect. Because the tariffs been in effect, but the actual financial effect of the tariffs. Right, the financial effects that are about to be felt. It says, back to the article, it says, painting a dystopian picture of the nation's capital that stood in sharp contrast to official figures showing violent crime in the city is at a 30-year low. So they're saying, hey, this crime in the city is at a 30-year low. Right, and he just takes over the police. Which, you know, really police is military anyway. That was always the thing about the Edomites forming these different police movements. And, you know, we always talk about the paddy wagon. They were slave patrollers. You know, that's what these Edomites have always sought to do. be able to militarize, right? That's why they always they do the Boy Scouts, they do the Eagle Scouts. They do, at least over here in the Midwest, they do wrestling. Then they have these military schools, to prep young Edomites to go to the military. All right, so they can have control. It says during the White House news conference on Monday morning, Trump said Attorney General Pam Bondi would oversee the federal takeover of the Capitol's Metropolitan Police Department, and with Defense Secretary at his side, added that he was prepped to send the military into Washington if needed. I didn't even read this before. Mr. Trump also threatened to expand his efforts to other cities, including Chicago. And I see it happening, because Chicago's $1 billion in debt. They're talking about adding a tax to the citizens. It's just crazy. Yeah, he listed familiar cities like New York, LA, Chicago, but did not mention cities in Republican-led states with the highest murder rates: Memphis, St. Louis, New Orleans. Yeah, all these three cities, which are right off the Mississippi River, they used to get a lot of traffic, for stuff going up and down the river, agriculture, whatever. And now they're all, like I said, they got high murder rates. And see all this woman's bullshit. Because it's interesting, all these cities with these high murder rates, that's one of the things you see too. See these damn ratchet ass black women, jumping in the whole culture when things get hard, which that's increasing. Prostitution is way up amongst the women of all the tribes, and as times get harder, it's going to increase. All right, verse 2. What's the St. Louis? That's where this bitch Sexy Red is from. Memphis. That's where this another prostitute rapper, Glorilla, in New Orleans. We know about them. They made twerking famous in the first place. All these places that are hit the hardest, you notice they have high murder, high levels of whoredoms. Two things that pollute the land: bloodshed and whoredom. Right? It's the bloody city. It says the noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels. The noise of a whip, the noise of the rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots, all these military vehicles. Right? And if they send these people, they're not just it's not gonna be a drill. Oh, just for 30 days. No, it's not. He said a horseman, like he said, 30 days, that's just starting of it. We're going to get an extension on it. They're not really doing anything with 30 days. See, what they want to be able to do is go to door and then find out, okay, these people are on this section. Okay, this is the rich people section, so we'll kind of, surveil this a little more, and then they can have some type of situation happen where, well, okay, so now we gotta stay, and then this happened, and then you Israelites who are in these cities, prepare for Jacob's trouble. These Edomites are not playing. They know what you're on. Right? The horsemen lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain. Boom. Right? It talks about that. A man shall desire to go into a city and not be able to, because there's going to be so much fighting going on. There's going to be so much bloodshed, insurrection. And you heard it here first from the holy prophets of Yahweh Shai, before anybody. Right? There's a great number of carcasses. There is none in of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. And in my opinion, I would conjecture that a lot of these heathens, when this stuff goes down, a lot of them are going to start leaving too, because that's another thing they're going to use this for. Well, we need to get all these gangs that are here, we need to get them out of here. And all these people who walked here from South and Central America, you know, the Democrats had them sitting nice. I think I mentioned it before up here in Chicago. They were saying that they were offering homeowners double. Whatever they were asking for rent, they were offering them double to house these people and then funding it. Behold, I'm against thee, saith the Lord of hosts. Which they did that as a setup. You know, they get you here and then come to find out it was all about oil. All right, Maduro had a deal with, what's the company name? I had to look it up again, but it was an oil company. So that's what they wanted. They wanted oil from down there. Right, so they could circumvent, you know, the Middle East prices and who else, you know. It says, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. You're going to be a gazing stock. Everybody's going to look at you. Damn. That place got fucked up. And it shall come to pass that all they that look upon thee shall flee from thee and say, there you go, Nineveh is laid waste. Who shall bemoan her? When shall I seek comforters for thee? All right, so a lot of people are going to flee, go back to wherever they came from. All right, and see, it's another way this place is Egypt, because, you know, Isaiah 27, the army here is called Leviathan. Then the armies of Pharaoh were also called Leviathan. Psalm 74 and 12, for the Most High is my King of old, working salvation in the midst of the earth. Thou didst divide the sea by thy strength. Thou breakest the heads of the dragons in the waters. Thou breakest the heads of Leviathan in pieces, and gavest him to be meat to the people inhabiting the wilderness. Thou didst cleave the foundation and the flood. Thou driest up mighty rivers. All right, and the Lord did what? He divided the sea, let the Israelites walk through, and then crushed the armies of Egypt. And it tells you in 2 Esdras 15, talks about the plagues that were put upon Egypt. See, we still got plagues to face. And we ain't just getting out of here yet. You know, so there's a couple of things that can happen, but it's all gonna happen quickly. All right, behold, said the Lord, verse 5, 2 Esdras 15 and 5, behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. And that's what's been happening. The Lord's been holding his tongue. Now he's about to start tearing shit up. Of course, he sent us to speak on it. But now he's about to act. It says, which they profanely committed, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. All right, so we're supposed to complain in a certain way. it's time, man. This whore to be exposed. All right, people are tired. Men are tired of whoredom. You got this new app was that shit messy and gossipy too, but people want to expose it. The men are getting tired of these hoes. All men are tired of whores, man. This place is the great whore. Great game playing, nasty hoe. And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. And this is Esdras, right? Ezra. Ezra was around after, way after Egypt was got rocked the first time. Talking about now, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. All right, this place is going to be smitten, which is being smitten now, but it's going to continue to be smitten. It's going to get ugly. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. What's this called? Yeah, Tron.
Since time began.
Tron Ares. All right. Disclaimer. I do not own this movie. I'm not using it to make money. Fair use. Of course, Disney. Disney own every fucking thing now, man. Yeah, but showing you militarization, especially these young Edomites. They've been talking about that with Gen Z. How basically they don't have shit. Basically, they'll never own shit according to the current course. You know, talking about how the baby boomers fucked everything up. And ultimately, it's the Heavenly Father. But yeah, a lot of Gen Zers, they're gonna take this CHIP. Yeah, basically they're trying to show that the Tron world is going to the real world, and you know the troops is coming. Ares, that's why they named it that. All right, the digital world is coming to the new world, whatever. Pretty sure it's gonna be some NWO thematics in there. Some clever quotes where they, throw the hints out. But we had the scriptures anyway. This is Wisdom of Solomon 18. And this is the some of the going into some of the curses of Egypt, but this is the ultimate one. Verse 13, for whereas they would not believe anything by reason of the enchantments upon the destruction of the firstborn, they acknowledge this people to be the sons of the Most High. For while all things were, and you Edomites are going to acknowledge it. You're going to know who you had, all of you are going to acknowledge it. For while all things were in quiet silence, and that night was in the midst of her swift course, your almighty word leapt down from heaven out of your royal throne as a fierce man of war into the midst of a land of destruction. Yahweh Shai, that he's the word. He was that death angel who was fucking them up, like you said, taking their firstborn out, darkness. And that's what's going to happen again. Yahweh Shai is going to fight against Egypt again. That's what the Valley of Jehoshaphat is. Right? Modern day Egypt, which is America, and all the different nations that are linked up with it. They're going to be brought to the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Right? But Lord willing, this is edifying. You know, hey, mentally prepare yourself, man. We've been talking to brothers. You have to fast. You have to pray. It's like the Lord said, if I don't speed up time, no flesh left will be saved. These people have power, right? And they're not shy about using it. Alligator Alcatraz, which the media has been super quiet on that, so you know something's going on. That was just the beginning. All right. But all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Lord willing. This is edifying for the elect.